Alright guys, so I'm here with the Traxxas Summit, and this guy's got a few things done to it. I just have Castle Creations 1515. I do believe that I'm rocking like a 17 tooth pinion and a 68 tooth spur, which is the stock one. I'm still using dual servos, but I've got these cheapo 35 kgs that come from Amazon. Rear chassis brace for the suspension. I'm trying out a couple different axle setups here. So this is an Lem Axle Kit by Lem. It's a 7075. They hold up all right, I guess. I was really bummed out for the price. It was over 200 bucks, I believe, and ended up not coming with stub axles or the inner shaft. So I've got these cheapos right here that came from China, and I figured I would just throw one of them on as a comparison. They're about the same weight, quite a bit smaller, and they seem to hold up just fine. So this thing was good, but once I put the extra power in there, it started to get a little bit wheelie happy and started blowing up all sorts of differentials, things like that. So what I decided to do was I was gonna maybe give this thing a little bit of a stretch. What's going on here with those? There we are. Okay, so this is the stock Summit chassis. You can see that I have the cutouts here for the steering servos and cutout here for the transmission. These little guys right here are just vents for the battery trays. I've got the covers off right now. So I decided that I wanted something a little bit more capable. So I ended up chopping up my body, or my chassis, excuse me, and just took out the important components here. And so what I decided to do was I was going to make a four-wheel steer stretch Summit. So by taking just the front tongue, because as you can see they are a little bit different, so I take the front tongue and I made a copy of it onto this sheet of aluminum right here. So this is my rough draft, of course. I had to do quite a bit of modification, but once I made the cutout for the front tongue, I then flipped it and made the opposite side. So what I've done here was made a dual motor four-wheel steer quad steering servo, and as you can see, in comparison to the Summit, it's kind of difficult to tell the difference in length, but when you take the stock one next to my aftermarket, maybe even lay it right over the top, you can see that there's a significant amount of difference here. So I did that, and I got both of my transmissions mounted up, and I realized that there just wasn't enough spacing in between here for these large can 1515 motors. So I decided to go with this same template here, but add a little bit more stretch just right in the middle. And I knew that that was going to create a bit of a weak point. So what I did was I built pretty much a chassis brace. They have it on the stock bottom here. It's got a little viewing booth in the middle so that you can disconnect your rear differential real easily. So I decided to make something similar to that. And so this is pretty much what we've came up with. This is my Stretch Summit, and I'm still prototyping right now. So I've got dual transmissions set up right here. And right now, just for testing purposes, I have the stock eRevo 2.0 2200 kV brushless motor in there. But I am going to get sensored motors. So in my original Summit, they have a dual motor plate right here. It lets you install the stock location, and then you can actually add a secondary. Let's pull out one of these stock Summit motors here, old Titan 775. So the original would have sat down in there, and this gives you the option of having another motor up there. So what I'm going to do eventually is put a motor here and there, get another template on this side, and go with quad motor. And I'm going to go brushless and sensored, so I'm going to have to work out location for all of my ESCs.